Yes! Yes! Ah! 33 minutes and 52 seconds it took to do this minigame to actually win enough for the heart piece. So 400 points, as I said in the last episode, wasn't actually enough for the heart piece. It's actually 600. Ah! So yeah, screw Girahim. Fledge is the true evil in this world. And trust me, I'm never gonna try that again. Hello everyone, I'm the best Let's Player you've never heard of, and you probably have never heard of me for a while, because this took so long. Anyway, in the last episode, we did some side questy stuff around Skyloft, and in this episode, we're not really gonna do much else, other than other side questy stuff. But that took 30 minutes, so this episode's probably gonna be a bit shorter, because honestly, I really don't want to have anything like that happen ever again, so I'm probably not going to want to play the game nearly as much. Which means I'm probably going to stop quicker. Anyway, I want to, besides the gossip stone that's here, I guess it isn't here, I'm going to go to the 2 islands that are accessible at night, so I can grab the gratitude crystals that are there, which means that once we get done with the next dungeon, we won't have anything to worry about side quest wise besides the actual gratitude crystal quests. I'm moving closer to my mic. This may get a little louder. That's besides the point. Where's the lumpy pumpkin? Not in that direction. There it is. Don't usually jump off that dock. So yeah, I feel alive again. I'm gonna say it right there. That minigame is my least favorite part about Skyward Sword. My favorite part is the best part about, not my least favorite part about Skyward Sword. That is flat out the worst part about Skyward Sword. Everything else is great. That kind of almost kills it, depending on what point in the game you're in when you try it. Anyway, I'm destroying pumpkins. I have a reason for this. Because I'm recording this a second time, and I know the amount of money... I had to re-record this, that's beside the point. I didn't get the Fledge heart piece either. Really shouldn't have... No, it's not in my pouch. Actually, I don't have the heart medal on me. I don't know why I was getting so many hearts there. Anyway, I actually need 1,600 rupees, because that's the price of the one thing I do want to buy from Beetle, which is a heart piece. If you check, that heart piece only got, when you count that heart piece, only got a few left. So, it's good. Some of them are going to be for goddess cubes, and I already know exactly where a good chunk of the ones that are left are, so it really shouldn't be too big of a problem once we get the money, and once we head off to the next sacred flame. This is a gossip stone here, and to make matters worse, it's actually very difficult to make money off of Fledge if you're trying to do it the right way. Hello, monster. If you're actually trying to use your failed attempts at the game to practice. Because if you get between 400 and 600 points, Fledge will... Okay, so, I'm gonna do this to make money quickly. Anyway, if you get between 400 and 600, Fledge will give you a treasure on the second row of treasures. Those second row of treasures aren't really very valuable except for the Dusk Relics. So, you know, the only way you can make money off of him is if you intentionally get between 200 and 400 points, and then don't go the rest of the way, even though you need to practice getting less than, I don't know. Anyway, I'm dry firing the bow right now. It's a bad thing, because it actually can damage the bow, But Gossip Stones and Sheikah Stones, they work sort of like the Gossip Stones did in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, where you can do different things to it based on what weapon you hit it with. And because of that, the bow and arrow is arguably the most useful of those, because it will give you a rupee for every arrow you shoot at it. So that allowed me to make 17 rupees since I had 17 arrows. And it's even better to do on the surface when you can get arrows as a pickup, since, of course, you don't actually have to buy arrows. I could do the harp singing minigame, or the lifting pumpkins minigame, but this is honestly easier. Don't know why I went outside first. But yes, there is a gratitude crystal on one more island in the sky besides the lumpy pumpkin, which I've been hinting towards multiple times now. But I'm gonna just I'm getting the pumpkins every chance I get, because these do have blue rupees at some points. And we're gonna need to stop at Skyloft actually to get to the next island. So as long as we have 1600 rupees by the time we get the next the last non-Skyloft gratitude crystal, I'm going to be good. However, I've only gotten like, what, 70 so far? So, you know. Anyway, the outside gratitude crystal happens to be located right here. There's also one inside that you're actually going to have to... Pretty much knocking down the chandelier is required if you want to get all the gratitude crystals, even if you don't necessarily want all the heart pieces. Because in order to get this gratitude crystal, you actually do need to roll into the little apparition thing that would knock the chandelier over if you had the original chandelier still in the building. I think it's kind of funny, but honestly, if you're going to go for all the gratitude crystals, especially since the reward isn't something that it's ever going to help you, it's just a gigantic wallet, I don't know. I mean, I guess some people would want to go for all the gratitude crystals and not all the heart pieces, but honestly, in a Zelda game, you're going to want to have all the heart pieces. And it just occurred to me, I have the curse medal. Does that make me lose my 2 life medals, or do their effects still count? Because I can't open the pouch. I'm going to need to check that. If that's true, I actually have a lot less heart pieces to get than I think I do. In which case, I only have 5 or so more to get instead of, like, the 8 plus I thought I had to get. Either way. Could go to Dodo's High Dive, actually. It's pretty bad. It's a bad way to make money, too, but honestly, I'd rather just try my luck. I could do the pumpkin carrying game again. Probably should do the pumpkin carrying game again, but I'm not gonna do the pumpkin carrying game again. All else fails, I can go to Stritch and sell him a bunch of bugs. Or, actually, there's another secret shop. Yep, this game is big on secret shops for some reason. I don't know why. But there's another secret shop that I can also use that will allow me to sell my treasures and convert them into money. I might want to do for some of my Amber Relics, since they're really not necessary. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Skyloft we go. Hopefully Link calls the bird properly. There we go. Actually, I never realized how good the music in the sky was. You don't really hear it over the flapping of the Wii Remote and the constant nunchuck cord flapping against the Wii Remote and vibrations and the wind sound effect, but it's actually not a bad song. It fits the sky very well, at least. I'd say almost as good, the words, almost as good as the ORS Sky Soaring theme, which I really, really like. I like the day version better than the night version, which is surprising. Most people I know like the night version better. But, regardless. So, speaking of music, based on the demo at least, Codename Steam sounds like it's going to have a much better soundtrack than I expected from it. I mean, I know, I don't think Intelligent Systems in-house does the music for the Fire Emblem games, but I guess I shouldn't have expected them to not have good music, just steampunk. What are you, kind of generic, but it works. Also, I really like the fact that all the characters in Codename Steam are from American literature. Not just because American, but because, like, taking literature characters from books. I should really just say books, but literature sounds cooler. So, I like how they're basically taking book characters that are public domain, and then basically giving them new personalities, and allowing them to have non-canon adventures within their universes, which is a thing that, since they're all pretty old characters, too, from older books, I don't know, I just found it cool. I'm also kind of both hoping and not hoping, because we now have The Wizard of Oz, Peter Pan, Moby Dick, Adventures of Tom Sawyer, characters from all of those. We've got a Lovecraft character in there. We've got, who else is there? Something, Henry Fleming is Red Badge of Courage. So we've got all these characters. I don't know whether or not I want Jay Gatsby to be a playable character in Codename Steam. I know they could pull him off somehow. I'm just debating whether or not it's something I'd actually want to see. Anyway, I need 40 rupees. I need 35 rupees. Unfortunately, there's nothing... I don't want to change time back to night. That's the problem. Because you actually need to be on Skyloft and change the time to night in order to get this other island at night. So, alright, 30. I killed a bug in there. Just need 30. Don't want to jump off. Where else are there rupees in Skyloft? Just need 3 blue rupees. Just need 3 rupees. Of course, the tree that... I know a place that has rupees. Up here has rupees where I found the rattle. I remember that. That's 6. Alright, 82. 82 is a good number. 6, 15, 82. Something happened. I could probably tie that back to Codename Steam somehow with it being like character from a book written in 1582, except America didn't exist in 1582, and all the characters are from America. Anyway. Never thought that I'd be out of money in Skyward Sword of all Zelda games. I mean, I know it's probably because the minigame sucks, and I'm really bad at said minigame, but, I mean, still, this is Skyward Sword. You don't run out of money in Skyward Sword. Granted, I could have just gone back and done this heart piece later, but I have a reason for wanting to get Beetle's heart piece now. I'm just gonna say that much. So, try both of these trees yet. Alright, Link. Link. Thank you, Link. Of course! I need less than 5 rupees now, so hopefully this grass... unfortunately, it looks like Skyward Sword's gonna have... swimming reminded me of Majora's Mask... Okay, I got it now. That was a beautiful sight, all 25 of those rupees. Anyway, swimming reminded me of something else. Majora's Mask 3D. They screwed up the swimming controls, apparently. So, the Zora Magic Shield gives you the old N64 swimming controls, but you get a modified version of Twilight Princess's clunkier and slower swimming controls if you're just using the A button to swim. Kinda bums me out, because I think, honestly, almost all of the changes in Majora's Mask 3D are for the better, or are at least modernizing it so it's on par with either modern Zelda games or just modern adventure games in general. Because, I mean, the save system. The save system, I mean, I know most people liked it because it held on to the time constraints and stuff. I didn't like it at first, it's grown on me. I don't mind it, that's for sure. The thing is, you really can't have quick saves being the primary save function in a handheld game. If it was for the Wii U version, I would actually be annoyed if they changed the save function to be just full saves from the statues and no quick saving. But a handheld, you can't have that. You really can't. So anyway, I got a heart piece. Now what I'm going to want to do is sleep on Beetle's bed here and see where this takes me. Anyway, other changes they made. They changed the Bomber's notebook so it's actually usable as a side quest log. And they added a bunch more characters into it, so Majora's Mask does have a bit of a convoluted story, if you think about it. So that helps a lot, especially if you're picking up the game after not having played for a while. And then, obviously, the graphics I'm not going to complain about. Obviously, the boss fights, which, in my opinion, were the weakest part of Majora's Mask. They fixed all of them, apparently. They made a Dalwa's fight more balanced, so Deku Link is actually useful in it. They changed GOT so you can't use the cheap exploit. Where's the gratitude crystal? It's up here. Yep, it's on the roof of the air shop. They changed GOT so you can't use this exploit. You actually have to use the Goron form to expose his weak point. They changed Georg so it's actually a good boss fight in general. And apparently they changed the Giant Mask transformation so with Twin Mold, you can physically attack the worms and slam them into the ground to stun them and cause damage, which is amazing. Anyway, let's talk to Beetle. Ah, wakey for the young slugabed. You appear to be relishing this snooze, so I declined to wake you. But I must say, old bug, you did make the shop a mite heavier. Your accent! Beetle is classy. The mellifluous timbre of my voice sounds different to you? Perhaps a touch, I suppose. But pray, what does it matter? This is my humble home of sorts. When night draws her tenebrous curtain across the sky, I come here. Bit lacking your creature comforts, to be sure, but I can relax in peace. You're aware that Loftwings don't fly at night, I'm sure, so I suppose I shall have to take you back to town with me on the morrow, When you wish to go back to Skyloft, just chase your dreams on the bed once more, and on the morrow you shall be there. That was a mouthful, Beetle. Ah, your face cries out in earnest wonder, and that cry is, what's this? This, my dear bug, is a very rare insect called a horned colossus beetle. He is my most precious possession. I could gaze at him all night. Alright, so Beetle has a weird infatuation with bugs. I mean, there's no Beetle in Twilight Princess, so I guess Agatha could be related to Beetle. Or Stritch. I mean, Stritch and Agatha are both blondes, that works. Either way, there are now two bug fanatics in Skyloft, apparently, being both Beetle and Stritch. So that's interesting. I wonder if they ever get in bug rivalries or such. Anyway, that bug medal, speaking of bugs, guess it makes sense it's the last item we're buying from Beetle. Either way. Don't know why I did that. Don't know why I'm Bugs Bunny all of a sudden. All of a sudden? Also not a son. I mean, I am a son. I'm a son to my parents. But I am not the son, or a son as in the star. How am I doing this? I'm gonna fly out in this direction, then loop back around. I don't know why I'm even getting these rupees. I don't need them. I just kind of want to have a little more than 22. Anyway. I killed a grasshopper. Probably shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna get like karma or something and get wrecked in the next Silent Realm. Oh, which by the way, we might be able to do in this episode. Because I'm now completely prepared for the next dungeon. So, we're not gonna bother seeing Batro. All I need to do is actually to deposit the curse medal. Okay, wait, she said I'll hold on to anything of yours that you want me to. Think about that for a second, please. Can I sell the medals? No, I can't. Actually, can I sell the... because there are multiple heart medals. Treasure medal. Sacred Shield sells for 400. Can I I still have bottled items this way. No, that's weird. Well, I'm finished. Thank you, come again. And I guess I do have a lot more heart pieces to find since the heart pieces in the life metal, I guess, did work. That is handy, I guess, if you don't want to use a shield for whatever reason. At any rate, I think I can meet you guys in the Isle of Songs, because it's song time. This is going to be the first time we're not ending an episode with getting a song, too. I mean, besides the Ballad of the Goddess, but that's special. That was an impressive faceplant. I have to say, I'm getting better at aiming those. Anyway, we're at the Isle of Songs, and there's not really much else to say other than it's the Isle of Songs. So we're gonna get a song. No, don't go back outside, Link. Thank you. You're welcome. Please, and a half. Okay. Yeah, that part always screwed me up because they forward and backwards are missed. Okay. Anyway. Where is the goddess statue gonna come from this time? Let's find out! How many licks does it take to get to the center of an Octorok pop? Only reason I said that was because CDI Link and the Octoroks thing. And that was unexpected. I mean, unless you expected it, then it's not unexpected.
Master Link, I have important information. When you struck the crest with the Skyward strike from your sword, a message from the goddess awakened deep within my memory. The goddess intended this message for you, Master. These are her words.
He who seeks the sacred flames, listen well, for I am the one guiding you from my place at the edge of time. The last of the sacred flames still eludes you. To obtain it, you must claim another sacred gift. For each trial you overcome, you will be blessed with another gift. I meant to say shall, but shut up. Make use of the power of these gifts, and you will most certainly find the path to the sacred flames. Now I bestow unto you another melody. Let it serve as a key to unlocking your final trial. It awaits you upon Elden Volcano. I don't know why I'm not talking here. Doesn't really matter. I still don't know why I'm not talking here. I wouldn't mind talking here. Probably should be talking here. Loftwings happen occasionally. Don't really have much else to say. So, that happened. And where we learned to stare at harps. Skyward Sword School of Staring at Harps.
According to my records, that song you just heard is called Dense Power. Use this song of might to locate the last in the
I think there's a little glitch in your system there. So anyway, we learned Din's power. That happened. And it turns out that we aren't going to have time for the Silent Realm. But what we can do is head to the gate at the end for the end of episode. This is being... I have a feeling that's some sort of reference to SpongeBob. I don't know. So yeah, you know how we got the ability to douse for gratitude crystals like 2-3 episodes ago? That ability is now useless, since it can only douse for the wild gratitude crystals and not the ones that people give you for doing side quests. So, kind of pointless. But we're going to be able to use the dowsing ability to the improved dowsing ability. Whoa, stand back up there, Lonk. Did I just call him Lonk? Oh well. We're going to be able to use the enhanced dowsing ability. One of the slots is actually reserved specifically for side quest items, or items that we need to look for someone for a specific side quest. Unfortunately, one of these items for one of these side quests is located extremely close to where the next Silent Realm gate is. But the quest does not open up until after you beat the dungeon. So, you know, that's kind of not a good thing, unfortunately. But, whatever. Where is the Elden Pillar? It's the furthest one from here, isn't it? You're gonna see some cutting here. Okay, now that we are in Elden, my cursor was misaligned there, you are going to want to actually warp to the temple entrance. Because, following with the thing of the Silent Realm gates being extremely obvious to find, to the point where you really don't need dowsing in the first place.
We have arrived at Elden Volcano. You can use your dowsing ability to locate the gate to this trial. You must pass the trial in order to locate the sacred flame.
I'm actually wrong, it's at the bottom of the volcano, not the top. Either way, I still get an excuse to just randomly get the jump on these Bokoblins from behind. Which I'm actually going to avoid, because instead of what I said instead of ending this with getting to the volcano, we're going to end this in a slightly different way. We're going to need our claw shots for this, though. What we got to do is head up here. And this is actually a claw shotable location. And there should be a goddess cube up here, unless I got it already. Unless it didn't require the claw shots. Just remember that that ball is there, though. Either way. Unfortunately, that choo-choo happened. What I was going to say, unfortunately, is... what was I going to say is unfortunate? Unfortunately, we can also get the ability to douse for goddess cubes. Fortunately, we won't get that ability until we find another goddess cube by ourselves, and there aren't any particularly close by. Either way. Okay, I got 2 jelly blobs off of that, I'm not complaining. I mean, jelly blobs are not on the second row of treasures, so I don't now have a ridiculously large amount thanks to Fledge. Who, again, has my express permission to die in a painful way. And as... That's lava. Oh, glad I'd noticed that before I jumped. Now, where's the bottom of the volcano? Actually, where I'm trying to go now. That's also lava! I'm good at this. Can you even jump to there? I have a feeling I descended to the wrong spot. Alright. On the bright side, we have claw shots, so we can just kind of skip over everything. And get that heart we lost from falling in the... Actually, no. Apparently, since it counted as pit death, we didn't actually lose health from falling into the... Technically, we didn't lose health from falling in the lava there. So, that damage I'd taken was from something else descriptive. It was from getting hit by one of the Octoroks in the sky, and even though he gave me an Ember Relic as part of the minigame, I still have to see this because it's getting it in field. I also don't know why I'm taking all this trouble to go to the trial gate when there's not going to be a bird statue anywhere near it. And I'm also ending this recording session with this video. What's Gorko doing here? Did that jelly blob go in the lava? Switch to treasure dowsing. Guess it did. If you look at your map, was I wrong? Was I completely and totally wrong as to the location of this thing? Because there should all be by bird statues. The one in Lanayru was fairly close to a bird statue. Pharaon one was very close to a bird statue as well, I believe. Can I get over to there easily? Would be nice. Of course not. Even though I do know where it was, and at least I understand now why I was confused as to whether or not we were actually, as to where it was, because it does look somewhat similar. It's the volcano ascent, which kind of looks like the entrance to the Earth Temple, just different. Is there a bird statue there? Yeah, there will be. So I'm just at the entryway. I understand the geography of this place, I just didn't remember it very well. I have to go around the long way, don't I? Hopefully I don't need to go down. Hopefully I can, like, claw shot to that or something. Actually, no, there's a rock that I blew up. And this is the thing that Impa opened for me, so I'm remembering things! Oh, look at that! It's right next to a bird statue! I just went down to the wrong one! I'm smart! Hopefully, smart being not smart is going to save me in the Silent Realm somehow in the next episode, though. But until then, I'm Leader of Luxinape, signing off.